Hey folks, happy Wednesday to you. We continue our Pastor's Devotional Wednesday, February 3rd, and we're in the book of Lamentations today. I don't think we've done any of the devotionals yet in this whole year using the book of Lamentations. Although, you know what? Early on we did. We were lamenting early on. But anyways, regardless, Lamentations chapter 3, find that in your Bible. It's just after the just after the middle of the Bible. So if you go to the middle, go a little bit farther, you'll end up in Lamentations. Kind of short. I'll give you a second to find it. As you're finding it, I'll just share with you, this is a group of 5 poems. They are laments. It is a sort of traditional way in which the people of the ancient Near East would have expressed their grief. And it is talking about the season. So the people who are writing Lamentations, who wrote Lamentations, are writing it at the Jerusalem has been destroyed and the Babylonian exile is about to happen. So we're about in 585 BC, somewhere around there. And they have seen their city destroyed. And so their lament is that the city is destroyed, that God has left the city. And in their understanding of God in those days, they understood that the destruction of Jerusalem and the destruction of the temple was allowed by God because God was punishing them for their unfaithfulness. Now, we would understand God very differently than that. We don't think that someone dies of cancer because they were unfaithful, that God has given them a disease. Right? We have a definition of God that says God is grace or love, whereas they had a definition of God that said God is just. The coming of Jesus changes this revelation so we understand God in a new way. You have to understand that as you read the Lamentations. They're sad because their city is destroyed. They're sad because they believe that God has left that city. They're sad because when they look back, they see that God had warned them and that they had not heeded God's warning. And so then the destruction of their own city and the loss of God is their own fault because of their own sin. From time to time in the Lamentations, they are recalling phrases that they have heard that remind them that, oh yeah, God might still be there. There might be some chance of redemption. And we hear that in Lamentations chapter 3, verse 22 through 24. That's what we're reading as our devotional today. So Lamentations chapter 3, verse 22 through 24. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore, I will hope in him. You can see that there's some quotations there, and that these are sort of traditional Jewish sayings. The Lord is my portion, and therefore I will hope in him. So amidst the lamentation, they're being reminded that, oh yeah, this is a part of our tradition as well. Maybe there is some hope that God will be with us along the way. But certainly that is a famous verse. It's been turned into all kinds of musical pieces. The steadfast of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. And you can hear that all through music. So it's interesting. We have this Lamentations book that is just full of grief. And yet in the midst of the grief, here is this little sign of hope. You hear that? Maybe that's a devotional piece that you needed to hear today. Amidst a wide swath of grief, even Lamentations is able to find a small piece of hope when they discover God. Maybe that's what your journey is about today. God bless. Have a great day.